Professionals, investors and operators in the electricity sector want concerted efforts by concerned parties to help improve service delivery. They say this will help grow small and medium enterprises as well as impact positively on the country's gross domestic product. Energy correspondent Tolulope Ogunjobi reports.
Nigeria, a country with more than 190 million people, has since independence grappled with erratic power supply, which at the moment is still less than 5,000 megawatts. From the generation end to transmission and distribution, each layer of the value chain is faced with a series of challenges. This gathering is focused on providing solutions to some of the bottlenecks moving against the growth of the sector.
Issues of tariff, the issues of energy side management, infrastructure that is there. How do we ensure that we get a bit more preventative rather than being so reactive as we have been doing? How do we increase supply and have the ability across the chain? So if you look at the back end in terms of the feedstock, in terms of whether it's gas, whether it's solar, whether it's anything you're using to power these generators, and then moving on to distribution, transmission in the center, which is the grid, and then being able to then ensure that we get the supply to people that need it. So for us, everything today is about talking about demand versus supply.
The importance of steady power supply to the growth of the entire business community was also identified.
Most industries in Nigeria generating alternative power supply accounts for 35 to 40% of the operating expenses using diesel. And we are told that if they were to get a reliable public power supply, that can be reduced by 60 to 70%. In other words, the cost of public electricity would account for only about 10 to 15% of the operating expenses if they're able to get stable and reliable power supply from the national grid. So that's why it's absolutely important for us to ensure that we get it right.
There are some areas wherein waste will be used to create power for them. There are some areas wherein you need the wind energy to be able to do that. You need a turbine to be able to do that. Then the areas wherein we have water, we'll be able to use the dam to be able to do that. So we are trying to identify each of the areas wherein we need all those things. And also one of the areas we are looking at today is also in order to maintain a green environment, what do we need to do to have renewable energy and to have e-waste in energy?
A 2015 report of the Good Governance Initiative advocating for uninterrupted power supply says Nigerians spend 3.5 trillion naira on fueling generators annually, a development that is gradually making businesses leave the shores of Nigeria's economy. Tolulope Ogunjobi, TVC News, Lagos.